Hello, everyone. In fact, for these 20 celebrities, it became a mask hiding shocking secrets. Today, they're not walking red carpets, they're pacing prison yards. From blockbuster stars to chart-topping legends, these stories will leave you stunned. Stay with us as we reveal the most jaw-dropping crimes committed by the rich and famous. You won't believe who's still behind bars in 2025. Hit that like, share, and subscribe to uncover the darkest truths of the spotlight. Danny Masterson. Once the lovable face of that 70s show, had millions laughing with his boyish charm, but behind the camera, a different narrative was brewing. Accusations from multiple women led to one of the most publicized celebrity trials in recent history. Found guilty of heinous acts, Masterson was sentenced to 30 years to life. His once glowing image was obliterated, serving as a stark warning that fame can't shield predators forever. Michael Jace, known for his role as a calm and composed police officer in The Shield, shocked the world when he became the very criminal. He used to portray, in a horrifying incident, Jace fatally shot his wife in front of their children inside their Los Angeles home. A man once trusted by audiences for his on-screen integrity is now serving a 40-year sentence, locked away for an act that devastated a family and destroyed a legacy. Then there's R. Kelly, who reigned as the undisputed king of R&B. With hits like Ignition and I Believe I Can Fly, he was a music icon. But behind the scenes, Kelly ran a decades-long criminal operation targeting young fans. The court handed down a 30-year federal prison sentence, a fall so massive it stunned the entire music industry. His case became a cultural turning point, highlighting the power of victims' voices. A lesser-known but equally disturbing case is that of Ryan Grantham, a young actor known for his role in Riverdale. Behind his innocent on-screen persona was a deeply troubled individual. In a shocking confession, Grantham admitted to murdering his own mother. The court sentenced him to life in prison with no chance of parole for 14 years. It was a dark reminder that even rising stars can hide unimaginable secrets. Skylar DeLeon, who once appeared in the iconic Power Rangers series, committed one of the most chilling crimes in Hollywood history. He and his accomplices lured a retired couple, Tom and Jackie Hawks, onto a boat, forced them to sign over ownership of their yacht, then threw them overboard alive, bound and helpless. DeLeon was sentenced to life in prison, his name forever etched in infamy. The story of Joe Sun, who played a minor role in Austin Powers and competed in MMA, is equally horrifying. In the 1990s, his DNA linked him to a brutal group assault case. He was sentenced to life in prison and later convicted again for assaulting a fellow inmate. The man who once pursued fame through sports and film now serves time for crimes that shocked the nation. Ian Watkins, former lead singer of saw his career destroyed when the truth emerged. Convicted on multiple charges involving minors, Watkins was handed a 35-year sentence. His story is among the most disturbing in music history. Once beloved frontman, now permanently associated with darkness and depravity. Aaron Hernandez, a star for the New England Patriots, had a multi-million-dollar NFL career and a promising future. But behind the scenes, his life spiraled into violence. Arrested for the murder of Odin Lloyd Hernandez, was sentenced to life without parole. Just 2 years later, he was found dead in his prison cell. A superstar athlete turned cautionary tale. The downfall of Harvey Weinstein shook the very foundation of Hollywood, a once powerful producer behind Oscar-winning films. Weinstein was exposed by dozens of women for a history of assault and abuse. He received 23 years in New York and another 16 years in Los Angeles, ending his reign in disgrace. His case ignited the global #MeToo movement and redefined how the entertainment industry handles abuse of power. Suge Knight, the co-founder of Death Row Records, helped shape the West Coast hip-hop movement, but his life was riddled with violence and controversy. In 2015, he was involved in a fatal hit-and-run and later sentenced to 28 years in prison. A music mogul, once feared and revered, now languishes behind bars. Another empire crumbled by crime. The case of Jonathan Koppenhofer, known in MMA circles as War Machine, is especially brutal. Convicted of viciously assaulting his ex-girlfriend and another man, War Machine was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 36 years. His violent downfall from the octagon to a prison cell is a chilling reminder of unchecked rage. Mel Hall, a former Major League Baseball star, was revered for his talents on the field. But years after retirement, Hall's dark side surfaced. Convicted of multiple crimes involving minors while working as a youth coach, he received a 45-year sentence. His once bright reputation is now irreparably tarnished. Shannon Richardson, who had small roles in The Walking Dead, gained national attention for an entirely different reason. In 2013, she mailed rice-and-laced letters to then-President Barack Obama and others. She was sentenced to 18 years in federal prison. Her face now more familiar to FBI case files than casting directors. Dave Meggett, another fallen NFL star, found himself sentenced to 30 years in prison for multiple violent offenses, a former Pro Bowler turned predator. His story is one of talent wasted and trust destroyed. From Super Bowl glory to courtroom disgrace, Meggett's name is now a symbol of betrayal. Corey Miller, better known as C-Murder, was a prominent rapper and the brother of Master P in 2002. He was convicted of killing a 16-year-old fan at a Louisiana nightclub. Despite ongoing campaigns claiming innocence, the court upheld the life sentence. A controversial case, but one with a lasting stain on hip-hop history. Josh Duggar, once part of the wholesome reality show 19 Kids and Counting, shocked the nation. With his arrest for possessing illegal material involving minors, from a Christian family brand to federal conviction, Duggar now serves a 12-year sentence. His story is a devastating contradiction between public image and private reality. Allison Mack, remembered fondly for her role in Smallville, became the unlikeliest of criminals. Involvement in the NXIVM cult exposed her as a recruiter in a shocking human trafficking case. She was sentenced to 3 years in prison, a staggering fall from a once beloved teen icon, Joe Exotic. The flamboyant and unforgettable star of Tiger King became a global sensation almost overnight. His outrageous personality, wild zoo full of exotic animals, and public feud with animal rights activist Carole Baskin captivated audiences worldwide. But beneath the colorful exterior was a disturbing truth. Joe wasn't just eccentric, he was dangerous. Behind the scenes, he engaged in horrific animal abuse and ultimately conspired to hire a hitman to eliminate Carole Baskin. What began as a viral docuseries soon revealed the dark underbelly of Exotic's empire. In 2020, he was convicted on multiple charges, including the murder-for-hire plot and violations of wildlife laws. Today, Joe Exotic is serving a 21-year federal prison sentence, his fame now overshadowed by a long list of unforgivable actions. Tammy Sitch, also known as WWE's original diva Sunny, was a wrestling icon during the 1990s, but fame didn't save her from spiraling into chaos. After multiple arrests, she caused a fatal DUI crash that claimed an innocent life. She was sentenced to 17 years in prison, her legacy shattered by addiction and tragedy. These aren't just stories, they're shocking reminders that fame can't erase the truth. If this video opened your eyes, hit like, share it with others, and subscribe for more untold celebrity stories. Let us know in the comments which case shocked you the most, because behind every spotlight, there's a shadow, and we're here to uncover it.